Good morning. Good morning, everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to the last Sunday service of 2020. Should we all be happy about that? Woohoo! Oh, we made it. We made it. So this is the Center for Spiritual Living, Delaware. I'm Deb Chamberlain. I'll be playing your music today. And just really want to wish you all a lot of love and peace and acceptance of whatever this year has brought you personally and us collectively, and that we really start to look forward to the next year together, creating our dreams, our big dreams together, community. So I wrote 2 songs for today's service. This one I'm going to open the service with. I actually just wrote like 5 or 6 days ago. So I dedicate this to CSL Delaware. I love you all so much. This is called One Reason for the Season. There's only one reason for the season. Only one, only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love. Can you feel the magic of the season in the hearts of every boy and girl, far and near, year after year, awaiting a new hope for the world, hope that grows with the minutes and the hours, on the dark, longest night, resting assured, every prayer is heard, blessed with the return of the light, for the one reason for the season, only one. Only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love. And whatever sorrow, whatever triumphs, whatever stories the year has told, may our hearts embrace the whole human race as we let the miracles unfold, for the one reason for the season. One, there's only one. The season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love. There in your heart you are still that little girl, that little boy never gives up hoping. For the one reason for the season, only one, there's only one. One reason for the season, call it joy. Thank you so much. Love you all so much. I am bringing you back our beautiful Peggy now, and enjoy this morning's service.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Delaware. For those of you who don't know me, I am Peggy Primeware. I'm your platform practitioner for today. At this time, would you please close your eyes, turn within, and join me in prayer. God is all there is. God is the ultimate reality, the one life, the one source energy, the one unified field of pure potentiality and possibility. God is love, peace, joy, and wisdom. As God is all of these things and all of the God qualities, each one of us is all of the God qualities. Each one of us is love, peace, joy, and wisdom. Each one of us has all the God qualities within us just waiting to burst forth. God is expressing each one of us in every moment of our lives here on earth. I am grateful for each one of us here at CSL Delaware. For each one of us is a beneficial presence here on this planet who recognizes the spiritual force, the magic of each individual soul that is present and active in every experience. Finding the magic in every situation helps us to accept whatever is happening in each moment. But Debashish Marit said, deep down in my heart, I always keep smiling because life is such a magical, mysterious, and wonderful thing. And as life is a magical, mysterious, and wonderful thing, I give thanks to each and every one of us who heard the call to be at this service and to all who are here in spirit. Each one of us makes up the backbone of what makes up the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware. I also give thanks for each and everyone who gives time and service to all the activities that have kept CSL Delaware running throughout the year, to the board headed by Tom Clark and its members, to our musician today, Deb Chamberlain, and to Sharon Bousquet, who heads our music department, to Shia Stone, who runs our children's program, and to Linda Patton, who is our minister for anyone who may be sick and in the hospital, to our hospitality team and our offertory team, who we hope to bring back after it is safe to be in service after COVID is safe, to our arts team led by Lisa Bartoloni. I'm sorry, I may have said that wrong. To our bookstore team, to our audiovisual team led by Dan Johnson, to our circle of 8 members, Spark members, our book club, our reading team, our announcers, and our platform practitioner, and our budding platform practitioners in training. And finally, a big thank you to Reverend Kathleen for all she does to keep us together and for all of her preparation for our services and organization for our center, for without her, we would not be here. Thank you. I give thanks to all who make the Center for Spiritual Living one. I give thanks for this truth and for all the things that make up our CSL Delaware service today, and for all the joy and the connection that brings us together to make this service so. And so it is. Amen. And now I turn our service over to our delightful Reverend Kathleen.
Thank you, Peggy. That was beautiful. Deb, I love your new song. Ah, such a joy to be here today, my dear friends. You know, I would like to begin with the high invocation, and then after that, we're going to light a candle for Luther Davis in support of Virgie and Bruce and Janet Davis. So just repeat after me, my friends. I am that I am.
I am that I am.
Calling upon the beloved God presence, I am.
Calling upon the beloved God presence, I am.
The I am is moving through me and as me.
The I am is moving through me and as me.
I invoke the divine presence
I invoke the divine presence
to fill every cell of my body with
to
light,
fill every cell of my body with light.
to surround me with a pillar of
To
light,
surround me with a pillar of light.
to fill all of my affairs with
To
light.
fill all of my affairs with light.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine
I allow the pure light and love of the divine
to flow from me and move me,
to flow from me and move
to
me.
be of highest service to all life.
To be of highest service to all life.
I joyfully bring love and light
I joyfully bring love and light
to all who enter my awareness,
to all who enter my awareness,
knowing that my light
knowing that my light
contributes to the enlightenment of all.
contributes to the enlightenment of all.
And so let's affirm that with my friends with a powerful, and so it is. Thank you. Okay, my friends. So when a loved one passes, we feel the loss. We feel the loss. It's only natural and human nature to feel a tremendous loss. And yet we know that that loved one, in truth, goes before us into the next expression of our lives that's beyond this particular physical body. Knowing that that spirit continues onward and upward in its ascension and growth and unfoldment as the divine being that it is. And so today, let us together honor, celebrate, and acknowledge the life of Luther Davis. And also at the same time surround our beloved Bruce, Virgie, and Janet, and their families, and Kali as well, with our love, surrounding them with our love, as we together light this candle. Oh, and just sending our love and blessings now to our dear friends. I invite everybody just to acknowledge. You might want to put everybody on the screen, Michelle, so that Virgie and Bruce and Janet and Kali can feel our love. And if you can, turn on your cameras, your video cameras, so that they can see and feel your love, everybody. I know there are more of you who could do that. Just for 1 minute. Mwah. Sending our love. There we go. There we go. More people are coming on. Thank you. Oh, hi, Janet. Hi, Virgie. Hi, Bruce. Is Kali there too? I'm not sure. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Sharing our love. Love you so much, and know that we are with you in spirit and continuing to send our prayer. Oh, there's Kali back there. Hello, Kali. Sending our love and blessings to all of you. And so it is. And so now I'd like to turn this back to our dear friend and board president, Tom Clark.
Well, thank you very much, Reverend Kathleen. You look beautiful today. And would like to say to my beautiful community also that as I count my blessings this year, what a blessing it is to be here with you today. As we speak our intention statement, know that it comes from my heart to each one of you. We, the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware, are a welcoming, vibrant, inclusive spiritual community rooted in new thought and ancient wisdom principles. We are here to be the presence of love and co-create heaven on earth, a world that works for all. And today, Shaya has met with the Spiritual Young Masters today, and I'd like to bring Shaya in here to tell us a little bit about what your meeting was today. Hello, Shaya.
Hi, Tom. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and happy holidays to everyone. I wanted to end this year. I thought that it was kind of important to just open up the concept to our little ones about our inner voice. So the importance and the point of today's lesson was about having a loving inner voice. And we created an affirmation. I had Lawson help me. And he came up with this wording, and this is our inner voice for 2021. I can be anything. And he really felt like that summed everything up. I was like, it's just so perfect. So I really enjoyed this morning co-creating with our young ones, and we will see everyone again on January 10th, 2021. I look forward to seeing many, many more of our young ones then. Thank you. And Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, Shaya. Thank you very much. Thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome.
Shaya, I went back and reminisced a little bit about being at CSL and the move that we've made, and went back and I pulled up one of our past announcements and rundowns. And I like to start with usually the first thing that was always spoke as I stood at the podium, and it was, please turn off all electronic devices so we may be present for the service. And to go, no, not this time anymore. So that was a big change. The Social Justice Initiative Ministry is hosting its final visioning session led by Candace today at 12 noon. On the same Zoom line, in order to receive a clear path for what is ours to do as active advocates for social justice and peace. Everyone is welcome. This Thursday at 12:31 at 6, that's the date, Thursday is 12:31, is 6:45 a.m. Join us for the World Healing Meditation Candlelight Service on Zoom. Together with millions worldwide, we pray, meditate, envision heaven on earth, bring a candle and breakfast. Starting on January 4th, Deb Chamberlain, the Awaken artist, soul tuning course runs for 6 Mondays, 6:30 to 9:30 via Zoom. Through a practical approach to living the mystical laws of creation, expand your impact as love and compassion in the world. It's $220 tuition, includes 6 class recordings, course materials, coaching from Deb between sessions, and private Facebook group. Want to know more? Join Deb for a free intro on Zoom December 29th from 6:30 to 7:30. And Deb, would you like to come in and speak a little bit about that?
Yes, I would. I just really want to invite you all to, if you can, to please come Tuesday night to the Zoom intro. It's free. I'll be offering for everyone who's there a gift if you register for the class before New Year's, and which I'll tell you about during the intro. But here's my intention for this class. If you have dreams or desires that you've sort of put over here and thought, that's never going to happen. It's too much. I can't do that in this lifetime. Well, I know the power of this community, and so together I want us to all intend that we each shatter our own inner glass ceilings for these things that we really do deeply want. They wouldn't be in our hearts and our minds if they weren't possible. So I want us together to shatter our own and help each other shatter their glass ceilings. And that's what I'm going to focus on in this course with you all. So I really hope that you'll join me Tuesday night. And if you can't make Tuesday night, I will be recording it and posting it somewhere, but then still look at the recording and please join us for the class if you're at all thinking about it. And I promise you, you will start off 2021 with a bang. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. We're really looking forward to that. And Deb, I have a question for you. Did you put any decorations up this year for Christmas?
Yes, I did.
Good. While I was putting up decorations for Christmas this time around the fireplace, I noticed that I was doing a little bit of reminiscing, and as it was then that I realized that I was becoming sentimental. I can help. There's Reverend Kathleen laughing. That's good. Yes, you. Well, for details and Zoom links, go to CSL Delaware website under the Get Involved tab or the CSL Delaware newsletter in your email. And Deb, I'd like to bring Deb back and just say what a joy it is to introduce her and what a joy to hear her sing this joy. Love you.
Thank you, Tom. I always get nervous as part of your setup jokes because I don't know what's coming next. Thanks for keeping us laughing, Tom. So a few weeks ago, actually when I was getting ready to write some more songs, I was thinking about joy and who do I know that really lives with a commitment for joy, to living joyfully. So I was thinking about what I want what I want to focus on as my words or my phrase intention for 2021. And I was not coming up with a big long list of people who truly are committed to living joyously, including myself. And I was like, that's going to be my word. So, but I did think about, I do have some friends, but the first thing that came to me was CSL. This is the place where people are really committed and practice living joyously. And I'm so happy to be a part of this community, and Reverend Kathleen is the source of that intention. I know how much she is committed to that. So thank you, Reverend Kathleen, and all of you. And so my word for 2021 is joy to the world, living joyously. And so that's what this next song is about. So let's start it now, or continue it now. It's remarkable, this joy, it's contagious. This joy is invincible. This joy is outrageous. It's more than I dreamed of. I love this joy. This joy is radical. This joy is always new. This joy is ravishing. This joy is worth creating from things I let go of. I know I love this joy. This joy is remarkable. This joy is contagious. This joy is invincible. This joy, it's outrageous. It's more than I dreamed Joy, 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 joy. Thank you so much. Okay, guess who we get to see and hear from next? Kelly. Kelly.
Actually, Kelly's not here, so it's going to be me.
Oh, just as good. Jen.
Thank you. Thank you. Ah, the theme for December is celebrating divine truth. The topic for today is making magic. Patrick Harbula wrote in The Magic of the Soul, recognize that spiritual force, the magic of each individual soul, is present and active in every experience. Through daily practice, we can dramatically change how we respond to life's challenges and infuse the direction of our lives with greater peace, fulfillment, and meaning. Patrick Harbula also wrote, finding the magic in every situation is a technique that can help us to accept whatever is happening in each moment. If it is magical, we can use it to increase our expression of soul energy and learn from the experience. And finally, Debashish Murata once said, deep down in my heart, I always keep smiling because the life is such a magical, mysterious, and wonderful thing. Please say with me, with joy, I am making magic every time align with the power, presence, and authority of divine truth in me. And now I will turn this over to the dearest, magical, miraculous, and wonderful Reverend Kathleen.
Thank you, Jen. You're pretty magical yourself. So today's theme, and also the end of December, the culmination of this focus on celebrating divine truth, is about making magic. Making magic. I love that idea. Realizing that we are magical beings. When you think about it, we're miraculous, we're magical, we have these creative powers that we're using all the time. Every time we think and place our attention on something, we are, these magical creative juices flow within us and then out from idea into expression. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. And so today we're going to be focusing on this idea of making magic using universal law. And so repeat after me. Let's set our intention up front. I joyfully intend for 2021
I joyfully intend for 2021
to mindfully create a magical, joyful, enchanting life.
to mindfully create a magical, joyful,
Enchanting life, yes, for the highest good of all.
for the highest good of all.
I always like to end it that way because it's important for us to remember that every time we do create more joy and peace and love and magic in our lives, that because we're interconnected, we're supporting the whole in that. So there are three topics that I want to cover on this theme, that magic is all around us, the magic of demonstration, and also the magic of ritual. The magic all around us. Oh my goodness. I agree with Debashish, that beautiful quote. I do keep smiling as I realize how magical, mysterious, and mystical life is. Jen and I, before service, when we were doing some prayer together, we were talking about the magic of everyday life and living. And she was talking about the frost coming together like stalactites and stalagmites between two pieces of wood, just being able to observe that and see the sun reflecting on it. That's the ability to see the magical and the mystical nature of life. Thank you, Jen, for that beautiful example. And being with others is magical. Have you thought about that? The magic of love, that connection between yourself and other people as you enter into conversation, as you work on projects together, as you pray together, as you vision together. So with other people and with animals as well, the animal kingdom, and just with Mother Earth. I mean, there's so many ways that we can connect and feel that deep love that's already within us. You know, as we extend our love, as we feel it and extend it, we multiply it. And that's the magic of love. It multiplies when you share it. It's amazing. There's a story about a small town in Spain, and a teenager by the name of Paco who got into this fight with his father and said, "I'm done," and he left the house. And his father thought, well, you know, he'll probably return, but after a few days he hadn't returned, and he was starting to feel great despair that his son was gone. And so he decided to post a notice in the local grocery store, which everybody went to at one time or another. It was the community board there. And it basically said, "Paco, we miss you. I love you. Please come home. Signed, your father. And meet me, by the way, meet me in the village square on Saturday at 12 noon. So the father arrived at 12 noon to the village square. And what showed up? But 7 Pacos, 7 teenagers trying to reunite with their father. The desire for love and connection is so deep. And it calls to us just like the father called to Paco. And so it is a reminder, whoops, sorry about that. Let's get my phone out of here. It's a reminder of how magical love is and how important it is to our well-being and our health and our sense of belonging. Technology is magical. Yes, I mean, look what we're doing here. We're on Zoom. We're connected with people far and wide. My sister down in Florida is able to connect in and be part of our services. And I'm thinking about, you know, the ability to search the internet and find all kinds of information that I need now for my work, putting my topics together on Sunday, and then really inspiring emails that come daily, like Optimist Daily, that give me the good news of what's going on the planet. And the intenders of the highest good emails that when I read them, there's another new intention for, another new mental equivalent for our planet, for our lives. And thinking that there are 3 million people that are tuning into that email every day. It's pretty amazing what our technology has provided for us. And the miracle of nature and the cosmos, which is really all part of nature, is magical. It's magical. I was thinking about just being able to be outside at night and look up at the stars. And I will never forget the moment that Dan and I decided to go out into Death Valley, out into the desert and away from all the lights, and to look at what the sky looks like from that vantage point where it is just rich in stars. Stars so close that it looks like a big dust almost in some places. They're so bright and brilliant, and there's so many of them. And the idea of there being other life, in other parts of the universe, and that the universe is ever expanding. It's already so amazingly big and vast that the human mind can't imagine, but it's even growing bigger every moment. And the snow and the ice that sparkled on all of our bushes and plants in that last snow, so beautiful, so magical. A sunrise, a beautiful sunrise or sunset, swans on a lake. I was just thinking of all these things that delight me and seem so magical. Waterfalls, exotic animals like elephants, giraffes, and hippos. The magic of our pets and the magic of animals appearing as we walk through the woods. And one of the most magical things that I think in terms of bird songs is the wood thrush. Anybody know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the song of a wood thrush? It is mystical, it is magical, it is so beautiful. There's so many opportunities. Life is amazingly creative and creativity is magical. And so it's important that we attune ourselves to all the mystery and magic that is taking place all around us. When we cultivate that sense of the magical, we move ourselves into the vibrational frequency of joy and gratitude. Very, very high vibrations where we are more open to the good flowing more freely through our lives. We're literally opening our hearts and our minds to more good. The magic of demonstration. We teach that we're supposed to be very clear in our minds on the what it is that we desire, what our vision is for our lives, and that God or universe, spirit will take care of the how it's going to happen. That's the let go and let God part. But we still do our part and provide the vision. So just as important as these two things is paying attention to how thoughts and visions and dreams and prayers and intentions become things and experiences. And we do that by witnessing the evidence of our intentions. We call that evidence demonstrations in our teaching, or it's the results that come from the prayers, the visions, the dreams that we've been placing our attention on. It's miraculous to watch ideas become manifest, become actualized in this time-space reality. It is a reminder of the amazing divine beings that we are, created by an amazing presence of God. It's just amazing when you think about it. It's miraculous. There's a principle that where our attention goes, energy flows and results show. It's a beautiful way of remembering how that goes. So it's important to place our attention not only on our dreams, but on the evidence of them showing up, and to keep a record of it, to write it down on your gratitude list. In our use of creative law, it's important to know that we don't have to force it. We don't have to make it happen. That it exists and it simply acts upon our every thought. And so the more relaxed we are, the more chill we are, the more we're able to be conduits for those ideas and those thoughts and those dreams to be made manifest. So the key is to envision and relax. Envision and relax. That's how it works. So it's miraculous. It's magical, the way thoughts become things. The last topic that I want to cover in this topic, the last part of it, or key step, is the magic of ritual. Sometimes in modern day times, we can forget the importance of ritual for our well-being. There is a researcher by the name of Francesca Gino from Harvard University who did a series of research studies on ritual and its impact on the physical body and in terms of health and well-being and all those vital signs that produce better immune system, stronger immune system, slower heartbeat, more regular and deep breathing, all of those things. Ritual does that. So there are 4 kinds of rituals that she recommended, and I just want to share these with you briefly. The first one she called the grief ritual, and what she meant by that is any time that we feel down, it's really helpful to engage in a ritual. And the rituals that we have are journaling, prayer, calling up a practitioner. We have a lot of different rituals that we can do. But this particular ritual, I think, is also very, very helpful. And it is the spiritual practice of accepting what is happening. That's the first part. Rather than resisting it and pretending like it's not happening, which is called spiritual bypass. When we say, oh, all is well, and we try to bypass our feelings. That's called spiritual bypass. So instead of that, we accept, okay, I am feeling pretty down, or I'm feeling there's something not going really well with me right now. And then I learned this in the Radical Forgiveness teachings. And I find myself a couch and pound on it, letting out all the anger and the frustration or whatever is going on. And ultimately, I usually end up in tears as well. So then there's some release of sadness and grief as well. And then this magical, miraculous thing happens. It's like the air is cleared and the body is cleared, and this deep sense of peace and calm comes over me. And sometimes there are bursts of love. I want to go hug somebody, or there are bursts of joy from having that cleared out of my system. So notice it's not directed against somebody. It's a way of releasing energy that's gotten stuck, because we have a tendency in our culture to suppress, particularly women. So this is a powerful grief ritual that we can use on a regular basis to keep the circuits clear and open to the peace, joy, and love that we are in truth. Another ritual is called the personal starting ritual. I love this one. So if you have a tendency to procrastinate, listen up. Go like this with your ears and listen deeply. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Get a timer, you're on your phone, set it for 5 minutes. And then indulge yourself for 5 minutes in whatever you want to indulge yourself in. If you're sitting at the computer and you just want to indulge yourself in some happy videos or something like that before it's time to work, then go ahead and do that. But then when the alarm goes off, it's time to get to work. It's a very simple ritual, but apparently very effective and very powerful. Savoring ritual, the savoring ritual. I think about this one as my gratitude list is a savoring ritual. I'm able to savor all of the good things that happen during the day and to really take them in. Another savoring ritual is when we sit around the table with family and share what we're grateful for. Or just even connecting with someone and just sharing the joy of life and living with them. Savoring ritual. It's beautiful. The next one, and the final one, is they call it the performance ritual. And I was thinking, it's really kind of not only the performance ritual, this is a creative ritual. It's a ritual that supports our creative nature. And so these kinds of rituals increase confidence, performance, and the quality of character and life. And when our ministers, practitioners, and practitioners in training get together and pray before the service, we all get together on the same phone line. It's a ritual of uplifting the energy and setting creation in motion for a really good Sunday service that uplifts us and that is transformational. A very powerful ritual. And I was thinking about our winter solstice Christmas star ritual that we co-created, it came out of visioning. There were 2 visionings that came before it. And so the vision led us to do an outdoor event in the middle of winter when it was snowing, when there was snow on the ground. And it turned out to be so magical. It was so magical and so beautiful. Even though we didn't see the Christmas star, that conjunction, that grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, even though we didn't see it, we created magic. We co-created magic together. If you can just imagine this blazing bonfire in the middle of the Bartolozzi's farm. And then under Candace's leadership, we honored the 6 directions. We sang some of our familiar CSL Delaware songs. We drummed. We used the power of intention to release what doesn't serve us and to set new intentions of what it is that we choose to bring into our lives. We used ritual to create magic and mystery and enchantment in our lives and to be a creative power in the universe. Kwanzaa, another beautiful ritual. Each year I read a little bit more about it, and last year Virgie did such a beautiful job of witnessing and expressing, having us be able to witness and experience a Kwanzaa ritual. Kwanzaa means first fruits in Swahili, and it runs from December 26th through January 1st. It's a 7-day, principle-centered holiday that observed in the United States to celebrate the richness of African roots and the principles for living that are rooted actually in African theology. So the ritual, and I have one back here, is a placemat, a candelabra. We actually have a canara candelabra somewhere over at CC Arts. So if you'll just forgive me for today, I used some candlestick holders that I have here. But it has a black candle in the middle and 3 red candles on the left and 3 green candles on the right that stand for each of the 7 principles that are honored. There's a cup, and there is a corn, some ear of corn and fruits, and also there's an exchange of gifts as well. And then as the candle is lit, those who are present dedicate themselves to living these principles, not just saying them, but living them. So one candle is lit each day, and so just in honor of our brothers and sisters with African roots today, I'm going to light the candles and also to affirm the work that we are doing as a social justice initiative ministry in our world. I'd like us all just to participate in this beautiful ritual, and I'm going to keep it brief, but I still want to get across the point. So as I light the center candle, let us acknowledge and dedicate ourselves to living the principle of unity in our families, in our communities, in our nation, and all over the world. And this next candle is dedicated to self-determination, the right and the ability to define ourselves, to create, and also to speak for ourselves, to be a voice for ourselves. So that is, to me, that is what we are all about in this teaching, and so we join our brothers and sisters in that. The next one is working together to solve problems affecting the Black community. So we're joining all of our Black brothers and sisters in this commitment. The next one is Cooperative Economics, supporting and investing in businesses owned by our Black brothers and sisters. The next one is Purpose, doing our part to support the prospering and well-being of the Black community. The next one is Creativity, using our creative nature to leave our world more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. Love that one. And the last one is Faith in each other for the prosperity of all, working together for the prosperity of all. This so much reminds me of our vision of a world that works for all. And so I'd like to end that with, oh wait, I've got to light the candle. Faith. The commitment to live faith. And so I want to end with Ashe. Ashe comes from Yoruba, from the country of Nigeria. And it stands for this: the power to make things happen and produce change. There it is again, using the magic of our creative nature. And this Thursday, we have another opportunity, and it means getting up early. It means setting your alarms so that you get up on time and show up. This is a ritual that we've done since the very beginning, and it's a ritual that I've been involved in since 1986 at its inception, when I first heard about it. And this is a commitment to healing our world, the World Healing Meditation Service. It was a candle lighting service, so we bring our candles to participate in the ritual, right? And we bring our breakfast for the ritual of having breakfast when the service is done. This is a beautiful ritual of everybody reading the same John Randolph Price prayer at the same time, synchronized all over the world. And we know that there is great power in group intention. John Randolph Price's prayer, he's a New Thought author who's made his transition. This prayer is inspiring. It's inspired. It's beautiful. And it's something that's been read every year since 1986. And knowing that we are being a vital part of co-creating a better world, a world that works for all, is so inspiring to me. So I am inviting all of you to show up this Thursday at 6:45, and 7 o'clock, right on the dot, is when we all read the prayer together. We'll put it up on the screen so everybody can read it in unison. So slowing down creates inner peace. Ritual is vital to our well-being and to co-creating together. It's a vital, vital part. Deepak Chopra writes, "You must learn to get in touch with the innermost essence of your being. It's fearless, it's free, it's immune to criticism, it does not fear any challenge, it is beneath no one, superior to no one, and full of magic, mystery, and enchantment." So we are not magicians in the way of smoke and mirrors. We are metaphysicians, the best kind of magician, metaphysicians who use universal law, inspiration, and imagination to create worlds, to create a better world for ourselves and for humanity. So let's just embrace that amazing nature of our own, that magical nature, with a vibrant yes! And so it is. Thank you, my friends. And so now I'm going to turn this back over to the magical, mysterical, is that a word? Deb Chamberlain.
I might have to write a song called Mystical. Thank you. It's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. Yet it's practical, it is merely factual when we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. All of your blessings, they all come just for you. But there's so much more. Sorry, they're here for more than you or I could ever do. It's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. Simply practical, it is merely factual. We are of one mind, the mind of the divine. So when you're down and lonely, and all your hope is gone, just remember this: heaven's kiss is waiting for you with the dawn, and you will see it's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. Yet it's practical and it's merely factual when we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. So all you need to do is close your eyes and listen to your heart and let the sun rise and feel it, 'cause it is magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. It's practical and it's just factual, 'cause we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. We are of one mind, the mind of the divine. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I think I'm bringing on Mary. Is that
That's
right?
right.
Yay, I got it right.
Oh, so many changes this morning in the ones who are speaking, and I just want to share with you today about the Revealing Wholeness class that happened at the end of summer, August 13th through the end of September. We got together on Thursday evenings. There were 10 of us. Mary Ann Ruan was leading the class and I was assisting, and it was such a wonderful support system for those 7 weeks. We were able to have breakout rooms and support each other in creating a plan of our intention for coming into a greater awareness of what our wholeness means. And we used spiritual principles, looking closely at them, to realize how when we integrate our mind and our body with spirit, that we can create a new perspective and have a greater sense of that oneness consciousness, and coming into being able to be co-creators, to make a little plan for ourselves, as we do in each of the classes that we have at CSL. As you know, we are continuously offering classes for those who are so inspired to partake. And Mary Ann just did a beautiful job of sharing class notes, of having us each week write down our intention for the week, and if it changed a little bit, tweaking it. And it was the very first class that was offered through our center that was a new class curriculum from the home office of CSL. And I just think that between the 10 of us, there was just such a synergistic happening that allowed each of us to move forward in just feeling more connected with spirit in our life, and how that is what it's all about. And there were just, beautiful affirmations, beautiful references to videos that we could listen to. We read the book by Lissa Rankin on mind over medicine, which actually she had in her intro said that mind is medicine. And so really just using the principles that of science of mind that we have been studying for many years, some of us, and for some of us new to this, it was just a really wonderful experience. And so I just want to encourage each of you to consider, taking advantage of the courses that are being offered by our community, because it can really be life altering. And I had one little thing that I was going through, which some people might, I'm just going to say it's little, because just recently I got a new message through a medical test that said that, I have a very low risk of having any cardiovascular disease. And I was like, yes, I know that. So anyway, I want to pass this on to Ami, who's going to share about a couple other classes that are newly, that we are newly offering this year.
Thank you, Mary. Good morning, everyone. So as part of our educational Sunday, I will quickly share. I know we're out of time, but I wanted to share about these two delightful courses that we took. They are also part of the new curriculum. One was called Principle and Practices, and the other one was called Mental Equivalent. They were both just 5-week long, and the work was so amazing that we're continuing to practice well beyond the course. It really set the foundations for it. This morning's service is a perfect example of what spiritual principles and practices look like. You guys all have been in the community for a while, so you know what spiritual principles are in CSL. but this class did a wonderful job of breaking down specific principles like oneness. What does it look like in everyday practice? Or heaven, what does that look like in everyday practice? And then it tied it so beautifully with different practices, in an organized way, so we can take on some things and really apply it with intention and start to see results in a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks. And we all had some pretty powerful demonstrations, which I'll share in a second. But along with this class, the follow-up was mental equivalent, which was, again, a beautiful class. The book that we read is a very tiny little book by Emmett Fox called Mental Equivalent. I recommend everybody get it because it's just, a small price, but you get huge returns. And so in 5 chapters, we were able to really create a powerful mental equivalent, which really means having such a strong real life vision of what you want in a certain area of your life that the body knows no difference, that it's not already happened. It pretends, it believes, it accepts like that is the new reality. So it was a very powerful class. And out of that, we got some really cool demonstrations. These classes personally for me came at a time when I was struggling with a really big area, and that's what I want to share with you. So for me, the demonstration was about getting my promotion at work. So I'm an academic, a professor in a university. So the world of academia is full of the race concept, which is a lot of ego and strife and so on. So this promotion, which my heart was set on, could not have happened if it wasn't for me really becoming the mental equivalent of what I desired, and then took the ego out, was able to really, as Reverend Kathleen said today, the highest good for all. When I could step into the promotion delivering on that, then I could really take on different principles, practice them. And Dan, if you can share the slide, I created a vision board that helped me put all of these principles together in that spiritual principle class. So basically remembering joy, letting the light in, having powerful affirmations every day that I could remind myself, and then rejecting falsehoods. All of that's part of the spiritual mind treatment. I'm doing that, saying it, being it every day, and claiming that. And so, all the different uncertainties that came along the months, I was able to deal with it, stay with it, and give up, being attached to a specific outcome. And then I was delighted that it happened. And also it was really under the guidance of this powerful spiritual community, Reverend Kathleen, whose faith is unshakable. So, I didn't know what a demonstration could look like, but this really made a believer out of me. So wanted to share that. And, and one other cool thing was I am having my spiritual poems published in a book that's coming out this week, I think. Yeah, no, next week. So all of these lessons I'm learning are, were able to come together so quickly. That's not me, that's spirit working through. And so the practices work. Again, like Mary said, I plug powerfully for these classes. If you want something in your life, it's like, it's the biggest wealth you get for very little commitment and very little financial expense. So totally do it. I'd love to see more faces in these classes. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Amy. I am filled with gratitude to end and to also start this next year with the Center of Spiritual Living, my family, my extended family. What a beautiful service. And I like to put my hands, and I wish everybody else would put their hands on their hearts right now, and to give thanks for the spiritual food we received from the service today, and bless it with our offerings to CSL Delaware with love. And so it is. Connie, send your tithes and offerings by PayPal or by check. See our website or your email for this service for details. We all appreciate your loving support. Want to make a difference? Contribute to the CSL Delaware Benevolence Fund to support our members who are financially challenged during this time of COVID-19. 6 individuals have already been blessed by this fund. Mark your donation Benevolent Fund, and to receive financial support from this fund, contact one of the board members. Would you like prayer after service? Simply write prayer in the chat, and Michelle will put you in a breakout room with one of our spiritual practitioners. You can also send your prayer request by phone or email to Peggy, and the practitioners will pray for you for 1 week. And I will have to also say that this is definitely a wonderful world that we all live in. And Deb, with your music, it does nothing more than enhance our beautiful service and our loving community that loves you so much. And I'd like to bring Deb Chamberlain back for It's a Wonderful World.
Thank you, Tom. I wish I could send somebody my thighs, but maybe next year. Somebody will appreciate them. Let's all sing. Oh, and I just want to say to anyone who's in your mind going, but I'm not an artist, so that class isn't for me. Everyone's an artist. We're all creating the masterpiece of our lives. So you can throw that argument out. It doesn't count. Let's all sing this beautiful song as we create this wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright, blessed days and the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful Let's go get that world going in 2021, even more. Love you all so much. Happy New Year. I'd like to bring back our beautiful Reverend Kathleen.
Thank you, Deb. Love that song. And so I'd like us all to affirm together, perfect God within me.
Perfect God within me.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Come forth into expression through me.
Come forth into expression through me.
As that which I am.
As that which I am.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
And cause me to see.
And cause me to see.
The magic.
The magic.
The mystery.
The mystery.
The beauty.
The beauty.
The goodness of life.
Goodness of life.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Okay, my friends, namaste. Have a beautiful day. And remember, our Social Justice Initiative Ministry is at 12 noon today on this particular Zoom link. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody, you can
Stay
unmute
on.
yourselves. Say goodbye, give a good wave.
Bye. Happy New Year.